Hey kids, Mr. Jimmy here. Welcome to our next lesson. So this one's called How Can You Use Patterns to Multiply by 2 and 5? It starts here with how many socks are in 7 pairs of socks? How many fingers are in 7 gloves? Well, you could count it one at a time with your fingers, but now that we're in 3rd grade, we're going to use multiplication skills. Now, the first question says find 7 times 2. I drew 7 really bad pairs of socks, but follow with me. So in the first pair, it would be 1 pair times 2 socks in 1 pair equals 2. Then you have 2 pairs with times 2 would equal 4. Then the third pair with 2 socks in each pair equals 6. And we go on, 4 times 2 equals 8. 5 times 2 equals 10. 6 times 2 equals 12. And 7 times 2 equals 14. Look at the pattern that we're creating here, multiplying by 2. What do you notice? 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 6. That's right. They're going up by 2. Now, it says here, you can use doubling to find the number of socks in 7 pairs. 7 plus 7 is 14, or you can skip count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. Let's go to letter B. Now, here on letter B, it says find 7 times 5. Well, I drew 7 very bad hands here, but no big deal. Now, each glove has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gloves. So we're going to be looking for a strategy to help us find what 7 times 5 is. Now, what we have here is our setup to help us find 7 times 5. When you have one glove and every glove has 5 fingers, how many fingers are there total? So it would be 5. 2 gloves with 5 fingers would be 10. 3 gloves with 5 fingers, 15. I think you're starting to see a pattern here. 4 gloves with 5 fingers, 20. 5 gloves with 5 fingers, 25. 6 gloves with 5 fingers, 30. 7 gloves with 5 fingers would equal 35. So now we know that the picture here with 7 gloves and 5 fingers equal 35. It says here, you can use skip counting to find the number of fingers on 7 gloves, as we did here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. What's the pattern? The pattern is it's going up by 5, correct. And our other friend here says you can also use patterns to find the number of fingers on 7 gloves. And finally, make sure you write your answer in word form. One answer you can write is there are 35 fingers on 7 gloves. And you're all set. Let's move on. Let's try number 3 together. It says here, find each product. Before we start, the product is not an actual item like the product that we know. In math, the answer to a multiplication problem is actually called the product. So if I or your teacher ever says find the product, it's asking for the answer to the multiplication problem. Now, our question here says 2 times 4. Well, we can actually still use the patterns like we did in our previous question. So if you're not sure, draw it out. We can start off with there are 2 grapes on 1 bowl, and how many grapes are there? 2. Add 2 more grapes into 2 bowls, and how many are there? 4. I think you see the pattern here. If we were to continue this, we'd put 2 grapes into 3 bowls, would be 6. Finally, 2 grapes to 4 bowls would be 8. So our product of 2 times 4 would equal 8. And once again, you use patterns of skip counting 2, 4, 6, and 8. Not hard at all. Multiplication is actually kind of fun. Now let's challenge ourselves by rating number 2. It says, Bert says that 2 times 9 is 19. How can you use patterns to show that Bert's answer is wrong? So right away, we know that Bert's answer is wrong, but we have to prove it with math and with evidence. Now, we can always set up our patterns. 2 times 1. We know that he's using the 2's because it says the 2 times table. His answer is 2 times 9 equals 19. Now, you could count it all by your fingers, but as the 3rd graders, let's practice this strategy here. We already know that 2 times 1 equals 2. 2 times 2 equals 4. Now, I want you to finish the patterns until you get to 2 times 9, and then we'll come back together and solve it. So pause the video, give it a try. I'll see you when you're ready. Great, kids, welcome back. Now we're going to finish this. 2 times 3 equals 6. 2 times 4 equals 8. If you're getting any of these incorrect, fix it as we're going. 2 times 5 equals 10. 2 times 6 equals 12. 2 times 7 equals 14. We're getting closer. 2 times 8 equals 16. 2 times 9 equals 18. Now, we know that the product of 2 times 9 is 18. So in the end, did we use patterns to show that Bert's answer is incorrect? We did. And we also figured out that Bert's product was incorrect by 1. The true product would be 18. Always write your answer in a complete sentence. So we could say something along the lines of, after using a pattern, skip counting by 2, I know that the product of 2 times 9 equals or is 18. And you are all set. Crew, multiplication, in my opinion, is a ton of fun. I really can't wait to see how good you get at this. And if you ever have questions about it, feel free to ask in class. I'm always happy to go over it, and your teachers are as well. Hope you have a great time. I will see you later.